So my voice is a little scratchy today, and that's because this summer cold has absolutely flattened me. I'm using a mic at home, indoors, because projecting is not really an option right now. But I wanted to talk to you while this is still fresh in my mind, both because if you're feeling sick and discouraged, or like your healing just got derailed, you're not alone. Also, I've learned a lot and I have some tips that might help. My name's Larissa, and on this channel we share tips and tricks to make life a little bit easier. And usually I'm a little more pulled together and a little more presentable. So please forgive my glasses and what I'm looking like today, and let's dive in. Let's start with the basics. What do I do when I catch a cold in the middle of a busy season or in the middle of healing? I think it's so important to say this up front. You do not have to choose to be a science girly or an herbal girly. You don't have to choose between cold meds or herbal support. Two things can be true. Cold meds and herbal remedies can coexist. Both have validity. So if you're listening to someone who says, only take Tylenol, or don't trust the science, both have things to offer. Just because your pharmacist recommends pseudoephedrine or a cough syrup doesn't mean that elderberry syrup or echinacea tea can't also help your immune system to do its job. You do not have to pick sides here. It is not a competition. For me, it's a both and approach. I'm a neti pot and elderberry syrup and throat lozenges and Tylenol cold kind of girl. If it helps you feel better and it's safe, it is welcome here. And let's be honest, you don't have to suck medicated lozenges all day long. Sometimes it's time to break out that gigantic Costco-sized bag of gummy bears that you've got hiding in the back of the closet. Your diet rules and sugar bans can take a little bit of a vacation until your immune system clocks back in. You need comfort as much as nutrients. My nephew told me that Albany's gummy bears are the best gummy bears he has ever tasted. And on an impulse, when I saw them at Costco, I bought this gigantic bag of gummy bears, which is too many gummy bears. But do you know what I'm doing right now? Today is the day that I'm opening these gummy bears and I'm going to crush them because I need something to soothe my sore throat. If you're coughing a lot and it starts to upset your stomach, the brat diet, bananas, rice, applesauce, toast, it's not just for when you've got the stomach flu. It can be for any time that your stomach needs a little extra TLC, even if it's because you've been coughing and clenching your tummy muscles, working on a six-pack. Let's talk about hydration that does not feel like a chore. I drink a lot of fluids. We know that this is good to help flush out our system. But let's take pressure off here too. According to the Mayo Clinic and Harvard Health, drinks like soda, juice, tea, and coffee all count towards your daily fluid intake. The whole caffeine and coffee negates the hydration has been debunked. Harvard has said so. It is science-backed. So don't just drink coffee, but if you need a cup of coffee, go for it. Hydration does not just mean plain water. I personally have been experimenting with cold brew teas lately, blending black teas with different herbal teas to make some fun hybrid drinks. I follow a few different tea sommeliers for inspiration, but just use what you've got in your cupboard. If you have mixed tea bags kicking around that you're never sure what to do with, try making a cold brew. What matters most is your body's getting enough liquid. And this needs to feel like it's happening in ways that are manageable, doable, and enjoyable. Drink what makes you happy. If that's soda and juice, do it. Broth, you want warm things, soup, amazing. That one weird hydration powder that you found at the back of your cupboard and turns out tastes good? Perfect. Amazing. Do it. Flushing your system is important, but so is drinking things that bring you joy. Feeding yourself when you feel gross and tired can be really overwhelming. So I have a few tricks. You know, I always say, make it easy. Well, now we're making it really, really easy. Grab a container of pre-made soup at the grocery store and a rotisserie chicken. Add some of the chicken to the pre-made soup, and you're going to up the nutrient density. You're going to feed your system in an easier way than making yourself a whole pot of soup from scratch. If you've got frozen fruit or frozen spinach in your freezer, toss it in the blender with a banana and some yogurt. You won't even need to peel or prep the frozen fruits and veggies. Stock up on pre-chopped veggies and pre-cooked foods. You want to focus on assembly rather than actual cooking. Grocery apps are our friend. Delivery is self-care. It is not laziness. I also rely on my quick and easy recipes, especially the slow cooker ones or ones that are just a couple of steps. If you're new here, I've got a ton of those on my channel, and we've got a whole playlist that we will link at the end. If you are not at this stage, but where I was a week ago at the beginning of this and cooking is just not on the table, that's okay. Delivery is fine. Asking help from friends and family is encouraged. People want to be able to help each other out. There's nothing wrong with asking a friend or family to drop off some of the basics. You are not lazy. You are healing. Whatever gets real food into your body with the least amount of effort, that's the goal. Here are a few little things that I keep kicking around that make being sick a little more bearable. Things that help when you're low on energy but full of mucus. Sorry, gross. I take petroleum jelly and I decant it into little travel jars and I keep it everywhere that I've got a box of Kleenex. I find that it helps my nose from getting too raw. So if you've got Kleenex boxes all over the house, add a little petroleum jelly. You've probably got boxes of tissue everywhere already, but I have taken kitty litter disposable bags and put them next to the tissue boxes. One in every room, in your purse, in your hoodie pocket, wherever you've got Kleenex. It looks a little messy in my space right now, but once I'm feeling better, it's going to be so much easier to clean up and so much less disgusting than rooting around under my sofa trying to pull out used Kleenexes, because I use them and then I put them directly into whichever bag is closest to me. I keep a few of those single-use toothbrushes near the couch. If I wake up from a nap, if standing at the sink brushing my teeth feels impossible, it helps me to freshen up a little bit. Set timers to remind you to take your meds so that you don't take too many, and get something to drink, because it's easy to forget these things when you're sick and in a daze. Lower your standards, friend. Truly. Paper plates, no cooking, cancel plans. That's not giving up. It is taking care of your body with the energy you've got right now. All your energy needs to go to your immune system and fighting whatever the heck this is. If you have chronic pain or a brain injury or a long-term health condition, then you know that a regular cold can hit so much harder. You are not imagining this. What's been really difficult for me is that right before this cold hit, I was feeling amazing. I had just come back from Alberta where I was visiting my best friend. I had recorded 14 YouTube shorts to create a little series called Mindfulness Minutes. I had this huge burst of creative energy. My headaches were at an all-time low. I felt like I was really hitting my stride. In Alberta, we rested, we did puzzles, we had outdoor adventures, we had chill days. I had so much more energy than I did even 6 months ago. And I was still taking rest days and managing my schedule with so much awareness. I was doing so well. I came home and I really thought, I have turned a corner. And then I got sick. And just like that, all my momentum feels paused. It is disappointing, but here is what I keep on trying to remind myself. Healing is never a straight line. This is not erasing the progress that I have made. It does not mean that I'm back at square one. This is just a bump. Getting sick is part of being human, and so is healing in loops, not in straight lines. Even on days when I'm coughing and I'm tired and I'm stuck under a blanket and I can't do any of my vision therapy rehab or my neurological rehab or my video editing, I'm still healing. I'm still further along than I was, and I bet that you are too. If you're in a dip right now, whether it's a cold or a crash or just a low energy season, I hope you'll give yourself permission to take care of your body and do what works for you. Please be kind to yourself. Take the medicine and the elderberry. Add anything that helps to your toolkit. Add everything that helps to your toolkit. This is my softest, coziest sweater. Wrap yourself up in something soft. Use fancy lip balm that smells good. Cancel plans with zero guilt or as little guilt as possible. Let yourself pause. You don't have to push through to be worthy. You are not behind. You are human. Rest is part of the work. Thank you for sticking with me. I hope this video helps. I hope that you feel better soon, and I hope that you remember that you are not alone in taking one step forward and then sometimes needing to take a rest break before the next step.